Alright guys, welcome to the Shaun Jones Fighting YouTube channel. You see this guy here, right? This is not really a guy. This is a woman. I'm not joking. It's a woman. And if you say otherwise, you deserve to go to prison. For hate speech, this is a woman. So what if she was born with balls? She's a woman. Do you know why? Because she identifies as a woman, okay? So if she wants to compete against women in the Olympics, then she should be allowed to do so. Now, for anyone who can't understand sarcasm, that's what I'm doing here, and I'm being sarcastic. This fella right here, who was born with some cock and balls, is now competing against women in the Olympics. Well, he's being cleared to compete against women in the Olympics. So get on this story. Go woke, go broke. Paris Olympics, I'm not watching any of it. And a part of the reason is because it's in Paris, which is the woke capital of the world, importing everyone and anyone right now, and they're sending God knows who across the channel to the UK. Europe and the UK is absolutely going to crap. It's terrible. But that's for another video, okay? We're not going to get political here, but I'm sure you can guess what I'm getting at. In a minute, I'm going to show you a video of her beating up another woman in boxing. Hey, what am I? Sean, it's a fella. Don't buy into the gender pronouns. If anyone gets offended, I am not sorry. So we're going to watch a video in a moment of this fella beating up a woman in 2022. I think it was meant to be the qualifications for 2023. Well, anyway, also some of you may have seen, I've got to be careful with this because I think it's copyrighted. The open ceremony was full of trans stuff and LGBTQ stuff. And see this right here? This is mocking the Last Supper. This woman in the centre is meant to be Mary. The blue smurf gay fella is meant to be Jesus. What are you doing? I believe, as a Christian, we need to stand up for our religion more. One thing that the Muslims get right is at least they actually stand up for what they believe in. We need to stand up for what we believe in. Trying not to get political here, but I can't help it. It's my channel. I'll do what I want. It's Shaun Jones Fighting. Don't worry. We're going to look at some boxing footage in a moment. But right now we're talking about trans, and we're talking about mocking Jesus Christ, the Last Supper. We can't stand for this, guys. We have to boycott it. Even if you're not religious, you need to understand the implications of this friggin' narrative getting embedded within our culture. It's not good. We need to take our country back. We need to stand firm in our values. We cannot let 0.2% of the population control the narrative and control what everyone has to say and think. And I'm not doing it on my channel. I don't care. YouTube, I'm not being hateful. I'm being a little bit provocative. I'm speaking a bit louder just to joke around and that. Do what you want with your life. I honestly really don't care. But just don't shove it down our throats, because I won't shove any of my beliefs down your throat. Although, I mean, you kind of could argue that's what I'm doing now. But I would like to think that the majority of people who watch this channel probably agree with me. I'd like to think that way at least. I just believe you should be allowed to do whatever you want to do, but just don't shove it down people's throats. What's this right here? Look at that. Olympics 2014. It's classy. It's trendy. It's elegant. It's beautiful. Very nice. And look at this one at the bottom. We've got Jesus dressed as a smurf with everyone trans and LGBTQ in the background. It's a mockery. I mean, check this out. There's literally a TikTok called Queer Moments at Paris Olympics Opening Ceremony. And once again, I can't play any of this audio. Okay, we got Lady Gaga, the Satanist herself, singing all sorts of Satanist ritual language. And then what's this? Clearly just a trans. It's a woman, a man, like with a beard, dressed as a woman. I don't even know what I'm looking at. How can people endorse this? This is the Olympics. This is what you get. Yeah, there you go, right there. I am not for all this woke crap. Right, and the reason why all this matters that I'm talking about right now, because now we've got two men competing in the female division in the Olympics within boxing. Not just something where you're hitting a ball or throwing a shot put. No, you are punching someone else's head in. You are giving someone else brain damage. The average man hits 2.5 times harder than the average woman. That's just average. If we're talking about a trained boxer, it's going to be a lot harder than that. You can argue whatever you want about how, oh, well, as long as their testosterone is within normal ranges and as long as the male gets his testosterone suppressed, then it should be fine. No, it shouldn't be fine, because it's not just about testosterone. It's about everything. If you go through male puberty, you've got thicker bone density, wider hips, bigger fists, thicker neck, more coordination, better balance, better center of gravity, more lean muscle mass, a bigger skull, which means you can take more punches. You have got so many more advantages than a woman has. Right, now check this out. Even if a man goes through testosterone suppressing therapy and then a woman just takes steroids, literally injecting testosterone into her body, the man has still got more advantages than the woman on the gear. It is literally to that level. And unfortunately, because we are always worried about offending people, we're always worried about appearing racist or appearing homophobic or transphobic or whatever, Islamophobic, all that crap. No one wants to speak the truth. Well, I don't mind speaking the truth. Let's pull up the article then. Are you reading this correctly? These two boxers failed gender eligibility tests. Now they are cleared to fight at the Olympics. They failed the tests, but somehow are cleared to fight. This is Amir. Look at that. How's that even a woman? Iman Khalif of Algeria and Lin Yuting of Taiwan, who were both removed or stripped of medals from last year's World Championships after allegedly failing gender eligibility tests for the female category, have now been cleared to fight at the Paris Olympics. That's ridiculous. How can you fail a year or two ago? And now all of a sudden, you're allowed to fight at the biggest sporting event in the world. Oh, this is hilarious. The two women, let's call them fellas, the two fellas have been at the centre of the continuing controversy regarding the inclusion in the female sports category of women who have naturally elevated levels of testosterone. To be clear, these two women are not reportedly transgender. These athletes may be intersex. Let me tell you how this works, right? If you're intersex, you're not exactly born with like both bits hanging out. You haven't got a vagina and a penis hanging out. I mean, I don't know how it works exactly, but from what I've heard, you can be like, you could look like a female, but you have a pair of balls up inside you that produce testosterone. So, yeah, you might have been born intersex, but then you've been brought up a woman all your life, but you're still a fella as well, because you've got testosterone inside you. So just because they're not trans, intersex, same thing, whatever. You've got balls inside you. You're trans, you're intersex. And I don't even care about trying to save people's feelings here. You produce testosterone. You failed the testosterone test. You clearly look like a man. Why are you fighting women? Because when you go and fight against the men, you're not good enough. You lose. So you take the easy route. So for me, it's not even about the trans thing. It's more so just a display of your character, of the type of person that you are, that you want to beat up on women because you're that weak mentally. You're weak. And if you don't want to be weak mentally, then you need to join my Apex Athletes app, launching next Thursday, August the 8th. Ooh, I cannot wait to put that out there. So if you want to build muscle and just become the strongest, best version of yourself, become the Apex, then you need to check out my app. Link in the description. So the IOC spokesman, Mark Adams, has opened up about the possibility that one or both of these athletes has experienced male puberty. There you go. That's the point right there. They've been through male puberty, and that's enough. Doesn't matter if you've got a vagina. If you went through male puberty, same thing as being a man. Now, here you go. Last year at the World Championships, IBA president claimed the two women had taken chromosome tests that came back as male, XY. So the male then. Right, now here is the boxing match between a lady here in the red, a lady in red, and a fella in the blue. See if you can tell the difference. This is already round 3, so the girl is doing pretty good, to be fair. That goes to show how weak this fella is, right? You can't even get the girl out of there in the first 2 rounds. If it was me, right, and I was intersex, I would have KO'd her in the first round. The guy with 20 times the testosterone as the bird. Weak. Fair play on the Mexican, though. She's got a decent jab. 1-2 by the fella. Overhand right by the girl. Oh, see, there you go. Oh, punches. See that little look that she gave the ref then, the Mexican? It was almost as if to say, come on, why am I fighting this dude? That wasn't anything to do with the headlock and the fella leaning on it. No, that was like, what am I doing in here? Why am I fighting a fella? Have you seen his testosterone tests? I mean, to be fair, the intersex guy or the trans guy or whatever he is has got no power really. Oh, there you go. Standing 8 counts. Redonkulous. Flipping the screen just so it's copyright purposes. Come on, Gail. Come on. Oh, the uppercut from the fella. 1-2. These are fast standing 8 counts, to be fair. You see that? Like she got hit with like 2 punches then, and they weren't even that hard. She gets a standard 8 count. That jab there by Khalifa. Where's Khalifa? Uppercut. Look at this right here. Poor girl. I feel sorry for her. That's a fella. That is a fella. What are we doing, guys? For the Olympics, we got a trans opening ceremony, mocking the Last Supper. And then 2 birds now have been cleared to fight, who aren't actually birds. They are fellas, and have both been through male puberty. Right, so say whatever you want about intersex. If you're going through male puberty, you shouldn't be in there with another woman. Maybe you shouldn't even be in there with men either. Maybe you just shouldn't even be in there. But that's something that you have to accept. If I'm born with 3 arms, let's say, so that's clearly an advantage. I need to accept that, listen, I'm born that way. Therefore, I can't box against people who've only got 2 arms because it's an unfair advantage. The same as basketball. If I'm only 5'10", I'm not going to be able to basketball. It's something that I have to accept because I was born that way. You don't then take your advantage and go, do you know what, I was born this way with more testosterone, so let me go into sports and compete against women. You've got to play the hand that you were dealt. But if you're dealt a full house, it's an unfair advantage straight away. Are these analogies making sense? I hope so. Well, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this fella here, the 20x testosterone fella, should be allowed to compete in the Olympics against other women? Have you been watching the Olympics? Did you see the open ceremony? Are you boycotting it as well? I'm not going to watch any of it. I might watch the 100-meter sprint at the end. But personally, I don't like supporting anything that has a woke agenda. I just won't do it. Let me know your thoughts below. I appreciate you all tuning in. As I say, my app's launching next week, so make sure you join that mailing list to get notified when we launch. I can't wait to put it out there. I'm so excited for it. Like this video, and I'll see you tomorrow